Ooh. Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida, in New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Let me see. I'm looking at this microphone. I don't see it moving, so I gotta check. Okay, it's as loud as it goes, so I'm hoping that it is working. Actually, gotta check my phone. So today I wanted to come on and talk about stuff. I know my lives don't really have as much structure and rhythm as my what do you call it? As my pre-scripted videos that I post up. But one of the things I wanted to talk about today was the whole issue, the whole Simone Biles issue that I know it's been going on for weeks, and I haven't said anything about it because I just don't. I'm not a big fan of talking about those things because I don't feel like I have enough information. But there were a couple things that have been coming up. I'm trying to unlock my phone because I actually wrote notes. There are a couple things that I did write that I did think I wanted to address, that I did think that we should discuss. So that's why, yeah, today I wanted to come out and say, hey, what is going on? Hey, I see we have one person that's here. So hi, person that's here. Please say hello. I encourage that. I encourage discussion. I encourage conversation whenever possible. Hey, we're getting a couple people trickling in. So awesome. Welcome. Thank you guys for stopping in and thank you for chatting with me. Let's see. Let's hope I didn't delete them. Awesome. All right. So Simone Biles, let's talk about it. There are several things that have come up that I have noticed that have been said since since everything started. But the biggest issue for me has been it's an eye opener, or it's a reminder of the way that we as a nation, the way that we as a country view, or maybe the rest of the world. I don't know what the reaction from the rest of the world was, but I do know that there was a pretty big mix between there was a pretty big mix. I was very pleased to see how many people were so supportive and so pretty much realized that, you know what, this young lady needed to do something for her health, and she did that and supported that. But there's this whole other side of it that really bothered me, or I don't know that it bothered me, because honestly, I kind of expect that from a lot of the people who behaved and acted and spoke the way they did. And yeah, so it wasn't, one thing I will say was that the reaction was not surprising. But one of the things that did stick out for me, that I will mention when I could find my notes again, was that it a question that came up for me was, why did it have to get this far before, to the point where she was there before before it was noted that she was not in a good place, that she needed help, that she needed support. I remember about a month earlier, I was talking to a friend and we were discussing the level of pressure and how that could impact her. And one of the things that I wonder is, what were her team, not her teammates, but her team, as in the people who were supposed to be caring for her, what were they doing? And why was it not, what, I wonder if what was being done to ensure that she was good, because she was under that much pressure, to the point that people from a distance, we knew that we knew where she was. So it really, it really makes me think and wonder, what were her team doing? Why is it that this issue didn't come up until she got there? Because that should have been, I mean, people around her supports, her trainers, her the people that are supposed to be taking care of her should have known, should have seen, should have noticed, and should have been doing something about what was going on with her. That's one of the first things. However, we can't put that blame solely on them, for the simple fact that as humans, especially as Black women, there has always been this thing of, well, we're gonna push through. And one of the things that we've always noticed about Simone Biles is that she has been that pushing through, that getting to the next level. That and again, as Black women, we're taught to say, "I got this. I can handle this. I got this. I got this." But how much of that had she been doing? Because was it that she was shouldering and dealing with all the pressure and not allowing or not letting her team know what level that she was struggling, so that they could do something? But my thing is, even if she said she was okay, someone should have known that she wasn't okay and come on and help and reach out and do whatever it is that needed to be done. Because I'm glad that she was able to take the time and step back and do what was best for her. But I also have issues with the fact that had her team stepped up, had they helped her prior to her getting there, she would have had the opportunity to be and enjoy this round of the Olympics as she did the first one. She would not have missed so much, because yes, it's great that she got to take time off to address her health, to take care of herself, but she also did miss out. She'd been training for this for 4 years. She'd been working on this her whole life. She'd been competing with herself all these years. She's been doing and improving and doing all these things that she missed out on the opportunity to really get that, she really didn't get an opportunity to showcase all the stuff that she'd been working on, because in my opinion, people who should have known, people who should have been taking care of her, people who should have been looking out for her, did not catch and did not do, they didn't give her the help that she needed until it was too late and she had to step up and say, okay, I'm not good. I'm not in a place to, I'm not in a place to do this. So that was my big thing. I see we have a couple people out, so please say hello. I like hellos, and if you want to share a thought, if you have anything you want to share, I welcome that. I encourage that. Although today I'm just like, I even wrote notes on stuff that I wanted to talk about. So, another thing that bothered me, that statement of where she said I looked for the video of it, but I wasn't able to get the video, but I did read several places where she said, we're silver medalists, and I hope that America, or that they still love us. That hurts. It hurts that this is in this position where she was, that she still had, that this was a thought that she even had to consider. But what's even worse is that she was not completely off base for a lot of people in America, because a lot of people didn't respond. A lot of people have been coming at her for making, for taking care of herself, for prioritizing, hey, I'm not going to fall and break my neck today just so that you could be entertained. So it's sad. It really is sad. And it hurts that she had to think that, but it hurts even more. It feels even worse that she wasn't, like, this should have been one of those, wait, why are you even thinking about that? Why is that? That's not a thing. But it's like, yeah, for many of us, it's not a thing. For many of us, we're not thinking about this. We're not seeing it from this viewpoint. But yeah, some people still are. Some people are seeing it from that viewpoint. Some people are not as receptive. So it was just really sad that, that this is where we are as a nation, where this young lady at her age, I think she's 24 years old. that should have never been a thought. That should never have been an issue. But unfortunately, welcome to America, I guess. Um, but the reminder that I think is most important that we should get out of this is the importance of the self-sacrificing that we continue to do, because we know that she could this is not something that happened when she what do you call it, she didn't just wake up on whatever that day was and realize and decide, oh, you know what, this is how I'm feeling. This is something that has been going on with her, that she's been pushing through, that she's been I know a lot of people who don't know any better are saying how she quit and how she didn't put enough effort. But this is something that she's been putting in effort the whole time. This is something that she's been battling. I don't know. I haven't talked to her, so I can't say exactly what the situation is, but based on what I know about mental health, based on what I know about the way we do things, based on what I know about Black women, I believe this is something that she's been struggling with, that she's been battling and overcoming this whole time until she finally got to this point where it was at that, okay, I've been doing my best, and at this point I am not in that position to I can't I'm not in a place where I can handle any more than I've done now. But it should we need to remember that it's not just at the professional athletic level, it's at every level that we need to be remembering that there comes a time when we need to step back, and the longer we wait, the harder it gets. Because when you take that step back at the very beginning and you take care of yourself, then you can come back and you can be rejuvenated, you could be energized, you could be, you could be in a position to do what you need to do. But a lot of times we tend to want to push through, and eventually the mind tells us, yes, I've taken you as far as I'm going to, and at this point I need you to step back. At this point I need you to take a moment and take care of me. And people who don't understand, who've never seen burnout, they will always have all these great ideas of, well, this is what you should do, this is what she should have done. One of the things that I saw, I think it was, I want to say it was Abba and Preach that did they were I think they on one of their YouTube things where they were showing a live a discussion with a person that was saying how she was a quitter, she this, she that. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, a lot of these people calling this young woman a quitter are people who've never even started anything, who haven't even had the guts to start anything, to do anything that they could quit. Like, this guy sitting in the chair in his living room or in his kitchen, wherever he was, I seriously doubt he's ever done anything that he could even think about quitting. So before we go judging people, and that's the thing, before we go judging people, it's important that we're taking the time to realize the level of commitment, the work, all that goes into it. Because as we sitting there criticize, or not we, because I was not criticizing her, I was applauding her because I was proud of her. I thought, yeah, I'm still proud of her. I am proud of her for stepping up and realizing that, hey, you know what? I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to, make sure that I can walk 10 years from now and do what's best. So I am still very proud of her. But a lot of the people that are criticizing, they have not been there. It's hard to be able to understand, to be able to judge, to be able to come to a determination of what is right or what should be done or what someone should have done when you've never been there, when you don't even know the route to get there, when you haven't even tried anything, you haven't even started anything as close to what this person is doing. I think it was last week, someone posted something on I think it was on Facebook. Yes, it was Ray. Yeah, see, Ray, I mentioned you. So if you watch, hi. But yeah, where he was saying, I don't remember the exact quote, the exact statement, but the statement was pretty much speaking to the idea that it's always people that are doing nothing who are criticizing, who have time to complain and criticize the people that are doing something. And that is very true. But one of the reasons that is true is that the people who are doing nothing, they got nothing to keep them busy. They got nothing to keep them occupied. So you're so busy doing absolutely nothing. You have all the time in the world to be looking at and judging and complaining about the people who are doing something. So instead of criticizing her, I really wish that people would figure out how to, get some busy in your life. Go do something that would keep you from having so much time to be spending hours and hours on the internet criticizing this young woman for prioritizing her health, for deciding that, hey, you know what, next week I'd like to be able to walk, and therefore I'm not going to risk, life and limb. And which brings me to this other thing, the sense of ownership. That's how it feels like. It feels like that America had this sense of ownership of this young woman, to where it's like, yeah, how dare she not want to be doing things, not want to entertain me. We own that. She's our gymnast. She's our competitor. Like, she's our dog in the fight. No, she's nobody's dog. She's nobody's property. She's a human. We need to get back to, or we need to get to the point where we understand that these people are human. These people they don't belong to us. And that some of the comments that I saw, some of the reactions, it was almost like people felt that, we did her a favor by allowing her to represent us. And I'm like, she wasn't representing us because you've never done anything. That's the first part. And nobody did this young lady a favor. She was doing America a favor by putting her skills, by putting her life, by putting her talent forth to represent and bring pride and bring gold and bring whatever other medals that have been brought to America. Yes, it is a great honor. It is an absolute honor to be able to represent your country. It is an absolute honor to be that one on the podium to go forth and represent your country on the world stage. But it is still that person. It is still that athlete. It is still that human who is putting themselves on the line, who is giving, who is sharing their talent, their skills, their time, their commitment with this country. I think we got it twisted. I think we got it backwards. We didn't or some of y'all got it backwards, not me. I know she's not doing it. I know nobody did this young woman a favor. We're not doing her a favor by having her, hey, use your skills to represent our country. No. She's doing this nation a favor. It is an honor, yes, but she's the one doing this country a favor. Y'all need to step back. Yeah. Yeah, I think that those were the big the big issues that I had with this whole situation. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over this whole idea, this whole thought of that statement. That still haunts me today. Every time I think about it, it just bothers me that she even had that thought. But the worst part is that grown people who should be adults, people who have children, people who should understand how to treat a child. Some of these people have children younger, older, or even the same age as this young woman. Like, seriously, are you really going to sit there and try to start a war? But luckily, she's more mature than a lot of these people on the internet. But people sitting there trying to start something with a 24-year-old, dude, you're grown, or at least you're supposed to be. So please take your time and go do grown people stuff. Go talk to other grown-ups. Go read a book. Go do anything but sitting on the internet trying to criticize a 24-year-old for having the maturity, for being strong enough to stand up to adults who were not looking out for her, who were not doing what they should have been doing for her, and saying, no, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna prioritize my ability to walk next month, my ability to walk when I'm 30, over whatever you wanted me to do. So we have to be. I just hope that we are going to be mindful about this, and that we're going to continue to treat people as humans, and realize that nobody owes us, nobody owes you anything. If someone is willing to share their skill with us, at whether it's in representing a nation or just for representing your team or whatever group you're part of, we're not doing them a favor by by allowing them to share their talent with us. And if anything, they're the one doing it for the country, for you, for your entertainment. They're putting themselves on the line. So we need to be careful of that. But and the other reminder is, please, it's important that we remember that we can't keep putting ourselves on the line. We can't keep pushing ourselves to our breaking point for other people. Yes, when Simone announced that she was going to prioritize her health over everyone's desire to have another gold medal in the United States, people got mad. So what? They'll live. We can't keep doing this to ourselves. She pushed herself to the point where she got there and she was not in a physical, mental place to perform. But the rest of us, we do this every day. We push ourselves to the point where we break. Fortunately, she was smart and strong enough to stop before she broke. She was smart and strong enough to realize what was going on with her and step up and take care of herself. But the rest of us that are not on a world stage with a whole country looking for us to do whatever, we don't always see it. But it's important because it is there. We expect on our jobs, in our families, at home, we have and allow a lot of people to depend on us. We have and allow a lot of people to become pretty much reliant on what we do. We have a lot of people that sometimes people pride themselves as they complain about never being able to go on vacation because work is so dependent on them. They pride themselves and complain about how important it is for them to be home because home does not function without them. Yes, it does. It does. Everything and everyone and everywhere can function when we take the time to take care of ourselves. So this idea that we have to do it, that we have to be the one to do it, is it's misguided, and it hurts us. So if anything comes out of this, I hope it is that it reminds everyone, it reminds people, especially women and especially us Black women. It reminds you and it reminds us the importance of prioritizing us. Because when you choose to prioritize other people's wishes and wants over what your body, your health, what you need for your health, it can be catastrophic. It can cause irreparable damage. So make sure that you are taking care of you, that you're always doing whatever it is that you need to do to take care of you, regardless of what society, what anyone else may want to say, may have to say, because you know what? They can kick rocks with open-toed shoes. Actually, you know what? They can kick rocks barefoot because you come first. You come first. If anyone cannot support this, cannot agree with this, then that's on them. That is not your problem. We have to get to that point to that space of being able to realize that, you know what? I'm gonna take care of me, and you, if this gold medal is so important to you that you would rather I risk my life, you know what? You go get one. Yeah. If you're so good and if it's so easy and if it's so nothing, yeah, how about you go get one? So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share today. I just wanted to have a quick little conversation, and I guess more like a rant because I've been kind of holding this up, holding on to this for a while because it really bothered me. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to call it a day since I don't see any activity in the chat. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day. That is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.